So apparently Cyprus entered its main character era. Everyone is talking about us. Half of the internet is currently warning the island and praying for us, and the other half reassures everyone around that everything is okay. We're fine.
Who else is fine?
While we see bombs in the sky falling on Israel, yes, we can literally see them from here, and it makes the war happening right now seem even closer. So are we okay? Or do we have something to worry about? I will try to go through everything that people are talking about on the internet at the moment as non-chaotically as possible, but we have a lot to get through. First of all, for those of you who are new to my channel, let me clarify. I am not Cypriot, though I live in Cyprus most of my life. I was actually born in Poland. I do speak Greek, my children were born here, my husband is Greek. Our whole lives are here, and Cyprus culture is close and dear to me. It's funny because when I started this channel, I was getting comments like, where is Cyprus? Is Cyprus Greece? A lot of viewers wouldn't be able to locate Cyprus on a map. Well, I bet now you know where it is. So first, let me explain why is Cyprus such a big concern right now. First of all, the proximity to the ongoing conflict in the Middle East, specifically the escalating tensions between Israel and Iran. The Independent wrote, some travelers already in Cyprus or with trips to the island are looking at the map of the Eastern Mediterranean with concern, given the new Foreign Office warning that ongoing hostilities in the region could escalate quickly and pose security risks for the wider region. Israel, only 145 miles from the popular Cypriot resort of Ayia Napa, is under nightly attack by Iran. Syria and Lebanon, both with serious security concerns, are even closer to the island. The UK has 2 sovereign bases in Cyprus, which the Foreign Secretary David Lammy describes as hugely important at this time. So yes, a lot of discussion is happening around the British bases on the island, saying that if the UK decides to join the war, Cyprus could potentially be a target. Is it a valid concern? Well, with the way those things are escalating, any concern is valid. At the moment, though, people are living their lives here. It's business as usual in Cyprus, except we can hear and see the missiles in the sky. Take a look. So what do we actually see here in this video? Are these missiles? Yes and no. What we are able to see is actually what happens with the missiles that have been stopped by the Israeli Iron Dome, the defense technology that stops the missiles from actually hitting the targets. I am really simplifying it right now, but that is why to us in Cyprus, located 300 kilometers away from Israel, it kind of looks like fireworks. But at the end of the day, yes, those were actual missiles targeting Tel Aviv in Israel, fired from Iran. Some made it through the dome, and some didn't. Word on the street is that the Iron Dome is failing, but all these are technicalities. From someone looking at it, again, from 300 kilometers away, it means that we are very close to the war. And it can make you feel worried, of course, especially with how quickly it seems to have escalated in the past 2 weeks. What comes with that fear is fear-mongering. And I see that a lot of it is happening right now in media, social media, even amongst friends and family we talk to. So let's get a few things straight. I saw this TikToker reporting on 60,000 Israelis arriving to Cyprus. Have a look.
Cyprus is being bombarded by Israeli settlers. They are all escaping in troves, all going into Cyprus. For all of you that don't know, Cyprus is a very convenient location for them to take their summer holidays. And whenever there's some type of fighting in their land, what happens is they run away to Cyprus. Now Cyprus is absolutely full of Israeli people, and it's just getting bigger and bigger. At the moment, there's already been close to 60,000 people leaving Tel Aviv. People predict that it'll reach over 300,000 by the end of next month.
Okay, so let's talk about this number that's been flying around on TikTok, that 60,000 Israelis have arrived in Cyprus and that this number could reach 300,000 by next month. Maybe it could, who knows? But at the moment, no, we are not hosting 60,000 Israelis escaping from Tel Aviv. People are getting it wrong. That number comes from a different statistic. What actually happened is that when Israel's airline opened a rescue flight portal, over 60,000 people registered for a seat in just 90 minutes. But those people are stuck all over the world, not just Cyprus. In Cyprus specifically, we're talking about somewhere between 6.5 and maybe 12 or 15,000 people max, according to AP News. That's still a lot of people, yeah, but We didn't suddenly become Tel Aviv 2.0 overnight. The article says, Cyprus has become a key transit point for the repatriation of third country nationals fleeing conflict areas in the region, as well as Israelis and others wishing to return home in the absence of direct flights there. We are basically their connection between the flights or boats they need to take to get back to Israel or get the hell out of there. Even Shabbat said that they've been helping around 12,000 Israelis across Cyprus with kosher food, shelter, and transport. But TikTok, of course, saw that 60K number and decided we've been fully invaded. No, it's just boats, chaos, and few hotel lobby queues in Limassol, for now. Because of course we need to be careful, because it's been a while that articles appeared online talking about the silent invasion of Cyprus by Israel. Listen to this.
Did you guys know that Cyprus is also the Israelis' promised land as well? And I'm not joking, this is not a joke, I have proof to show you. The Turkish National Intelligence was basically monitoring the whole situation in Cyprus in 2023. The allegations were that 2,000 Israeli citizens had bought over 200 properties in Cyprus, placing them in 12th place of citizens among all countries. There are certain laws in Cyprus where foreigners cannot acquire that much land in their country. It says that they can only acquire up to 500 square meters of land in their country. The Cyprus Foundation basically issued a public warning saying that Israel's occupation plan is not just limited to Palestine. The map of the Promised Lands made by Zionists also encompasses Cyprus. That's why significant land acquisition by Zionists in northern Cyprus poses a serious threat to stability in the region. Theodore Herzl, who is actually the founder of Zionism, actually declared Cyprus as their second promised land after Palestine. And Netanyahu backed this, saying that they aspire from the holy books and that they're trying to acquire all of the promised lands. And Israel was using a British military base in Cyprus for the acts that they committed in Gaza. Anyways, pre-Palestine and follow for more.
Yep. And you can see the comments of Cypriots under the post. Cyprus is divided enough. We just want to be left alone, man. Can everyone just leave us the hell alone? And this one, Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots to finally reunite against a common threat. Is that the next chapter? So for those of you who don't know, Cyprus has been divided since 1974 when Turkey invaded the north following a Greek-backed coup, leading to the island being split in two parts. The southern part is the internationally recognized Republic of Cyprus. This is where I am. While the northern part is the self-declared Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, recognized only by Turkey. A UN-patrolled buffer zone known as the Green Line separates the two sides and runs through the capital Nicosia. Additionally, the United Kingdom has two military bases areas on the island, Akrotiri and Dekelia. So yes, the island has enough going on. Yet the warnings come from Palestinians too. Take a look.
So 30,000 Israelis just fled Israel and went to Cyprus to take refuge from what's happening in Israel right now. And as a Palestinian, I have a courtesy message for the people of Cyprus, just like as a good neighbor. I want to let y'all know that you need to watch your fucking back. These people will steal anything that's not glued down to the floor, including your country. Don't let them get comfortable. Because Cyprus is Cyprus today, tomorrow it's gonna be new Israel. I don't give a fuck, these people are ruthless. Don't let them get too comfortable, that was our mistake.
Yes, we see those warnings all over the internet, in videos, articles, and comments, all while Israel is trying to play a hero. Here are some recent headlines from Cyprus media. Israel says Iran attempted to attack Israeli citizens in Cyprus. Another one, alleged member of Iran's IRGC arrested in Cyprus over plot to attack military bases. Another one, Iran terror attack against Israelis in Cyprus foiled, FM says. So authorities arrested a man linked to Iran's Revolutionary Guard who had been secretly taking photos of Israeli sites and military areas near Limassol and Paphos. He'd been here since April, apparently planning something serious, but foreign intelligence in Cyprus caught him before anything actually happened. Israel's foreign minister publicly thanked Cyprus for stopping it. So now, what we see here is that Israel, after all the crimes committed in Gaza, is trying to paint themselves as the victims. And if you are in Cyprus and this action didn't tug on your heartstrings, don't worry. The Israeli government is also our heroes and protectors. Allegedly, Israeli superheroes shot down a missile which allegedly targeted Israeli citizens in Cyprus. Yes, they claim Iran was going to bomb us, but Israel prevented it from happening. Great PR for Israel. And no, I am not making fun of the situation. On the contrary, I'm taking it extremely seriously. But sending Israeli citizens to Cyprus and then acting like a hero because you prevented an alleged attack on those citizens, yeah, it seems like a PR strategy to me, to win some points with Cyprus. And while all this is happening, we keep seeing warplanes flying above our heads. Take a look. And this next video I saw circulating on TikTok the day before Americans bombed Iranian nuclear sites. US Air Forces landing. And someone said, because there are comments under the video saying, shame on Cyprus, how can you welcome Israelis, how can you welcome America, how can you help, how can you, all that. There's a comment that I agree with. Okay, to all of you saying shame on Cyprus. First of all, Cyprus is not in NATO. And second, this plane landed in sovereign bases of UK in Akrotiri, which Cyprus has no control over. Basically, these bases are UK, not Cyprus. Cyprus do not support the bases. Anyway, what's the bottom line here? If you are too stressed or worried to come to Cyprus this summer for holiday, then don't. Go somewhere else. Why would you want to spend your hard-earned vacation being anxious? Right now, in this very moment of filming this video, Cyprus functions as normal. Tourists and locals enjoy the beach, restaurants, water parks, and beautiful sights that the island has to offer. Obviously, everything depends on how the situation in the Middle East will evolve. There are certain scenarios that, if they come true, Cyprus could get dragged into it. But for now, moods are positive. Although Iran really threatens the US bases, like the one in Qatar, for example. Cyprus does not have any US bases on the island that we know of. No, we don't. Another thing is that the government released an app for every citizen to use to locate the nearest shelter in case of any military action. Most of those shelters are just the nearest house with a basement, and a lot of people report that there aren't any shelters near them at all. So if you needed an extra reason to believe that you're screwed, download the app. When it comes to Cypriots, they aren't welcoming Israelis with open arms. Most citizens seem to be in support of Palestine and are now supporting Iran. But I'm here to remind you all, there are no good guys in this war. Remember, there are no good guys that are involved in this war. I won't say more because it will get me in trouble again with the algo gods of social media platforms. But make sure to do your research on what's happening in Iran and its regime, what was happening in Palestine before bombings, and of course the influence of Israel in spreading propaganda for decades. We are all victims of it, myself included. I truly encourage you to read up about it before you start screaming, I stand with Iran, just because you're against Israel. It is much bigger than what we see on the surface. That's all I'm going to say on the subject for now. As you know, I already lost my TikTok account permanently because the president of France couldn't handle me calling his wife a man, but I will do a separate episode about it. As usual though, I want to know what you guys think. Would you fly to Cyprus right now, or you feel it's unsafe? How do you think situation will progress? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, make sure to share it, subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications to never miss another Daily Freddo episode. And for even more content, follow me on Instagram @dailyfreddo. That's all for today. Have a good one.